Alright guys, we're going to jump right in today with some delta math examples because you already know all the properties of exponents. Of course you should consult your previous notes if you need to look at those properties if you need them in front of you. So let's go ahead and look at the first section. There are 3 sections to do on delta math today. So in this first section, guys, we are simplifying the left side to just figure out what a is going to equal here on the right side, right? So a just equals whatever the simplified exponent is on the left. Alright, so we know what to do, y'all. Base times base. Base times base. We add our exponents, right? Now the only thing that makes this trickier is, of course, we have fractions that are exponents now, right? So a little mini problem here on the side. 3/2 plus 2/3, right? Now don't make the common mistake, y'all, of just adding straight across. Y'all know better than that now. We got to make a common denominator. 3 top bottom, 2 top bottom, right? That always works. You can always just multiply them by each other. Alright, so that gives us 9/6 plus 4/6 equals 13/6. Alright, so we have x to the 13/6 equals x to the a. So we're just going to enter into delta math, y'all, what a equals, which is 13/6. Alright, so that's all we enter, is just that part, 13/6. Alright, number 2. Same idea, right? We're going to simplify the left side to figure out what a equals, whatever the simplified exponent is. Base divide by base, you subtract. So again, just mini problem. 5/3 minus 6/5. Easiest way to make a common denominator, just going to be to multiply them by each other. So 5 top bottom, 3 top bottom. So remember, guys, adding and subtracting is tough for fractions, right? For fractions, adding and subtracting is the hard one when you need a common denominator. Multiplying, you just multiply straight across. Dividing, you flip it to a multiplication problem, right? But adding and subtracting are the hard ones. Alright, so 25/15 minus 18/15 equals 25 minus 18 is 7. And that's it. That's what a equals. Alright. And so that's pretty much all there is to that section. So let's go ahead and look at the next section. So this will probably be the trickiest of the 3 sections. It's this middle one. Alright, so we are going to simplify and change the form. Alright, simplify and change the form. Alright, so inside parentheses first, right? Base divide by base, so we subtract the numbers. So I have s to the -5 minus 6 all to the 3/11. Alright? -5 minus 6 makes s to the 05/06, s to the -11. Still in parentheses, right? Still in parentheses. Bring down 3/11. Alright, so now I multiply, right? Because powers of powers you multiply. So -11 times 3/11, right? Little mini problem, guys. You can put 11 over a 1. Multiplying fractions is easy, y'all. You multiply straight across. You can also cancel top bottom, right? Since I have an 11 there and 11 there, I can just cancel them. So I have -3 over 1, which of course is just -3. So our answer, y'all, is just going to be s to the -3, or 1 over s to the +3, right? To make them happy. So that'll be it on that one. Alright, number 4 here, guys. Again, inside parentheses first. Base times base, you add. -4 plus 3 makes -1. Bring down the 1/4. Alright, so now that's easy enough to multiply, right? -1 times 1/4 is just -1/4. Alright, so make it happy. So 1 over v to the +1/4. Alright, so all I did there, y'all, was make it happy by bringing it from the numerator to the denominator and leaving that placeholder 1. And then finally, change the form as well. Alright, so that means we have to change that to a 4th. Remember, the number on bottom is the root, so 4th root of v to the invisible 1. Alright, and so this section is multiple choice, so you would just select that option. Alright, number 5. So how can I clean this up? Well, first of all, I'm going to do base times base here in the denominator. So that's, I'm not doing anything else to anything else. Negative 5 plus 6 makes positive 1. Alright. Now, square root, guys, I'm going to change the form on that, because I'm going to have to change the form as well. So 1 over h, and I'm going to change square root to 1/2. Alright? So guys, this would be one way of writing it. Remember, this section is multiple choice, so it's a matter of finding whichever one is the right one. So this would be one way of writing it. That would be perfectly fine. You could also write it this way, 1 over h to the 1/2, right? You could write it this way as well, because 1 to the 1/2 is just 1 still. So you could do it that way, and then finally you could say h to the negative 1/2, right? These are all the same. All three of these are the same thing. So it's multiple choice, so you just select whichever one they have of these three, right? Probably, I'm guessing it would be this one, because usually Delta Math does not want negative exponents. Alright, so that'll be the trickiest section, but again, it's multiple choice, so that'll help you out. Alright, and finally, guys, exact same type of deal. We are going to, actually on this one, all we do on this one is change the form on these three, this last section. Just change the form. That's it. So it's actually a very easy section, since all we're doing is changing the form. Alright, so to change the form, guys, the main thing is going to be that square root, right? Changing that 2 to a square root. So I'm going to write square root of 2x to the negative 5, right? All I did was take that square root and change it into radical form. And then I'm going to make that part happy, right? So I'm going to put square root of 1 over 2x to the positive 5, right? I brought them down, I made them happy. Guys, notice I still have the parentheses around the 2x, right? That's kind of the common mistake. Is I see sometimes students drop the parentheses when they change the form. We still need those parentheses. Alright, next one. So here we actually have two terms in parentheses, right? So all we do, guys, is change the form. Again, really actually very easy. Remember, square root 1/2. That's the most important one, right? Square root is the same as 1/2. So all I'm going to do is write square root 2x squared minus 7. And that's it, y'all. That's literally all we have to do on that one. Just change the form. Keep the binomial, right? We call this a binomial for two terms. Keep it under that big radical in parentheses, and that's it. Alright, final one here. So, first of all, I can make this guy happy, this binomial again, happy by just bringing him up to the numerator. So 3x squared minus 2 to the positive 5/2. Alright, so I just got rid of that 1 divided by, because now it's in the numerator, so it's over an invisible 1. And then change the form, guys. Again, it's just that square root. So square root, and of course that is an invisible 2, right, since it's the square root. And then 3x squared minus 2 to the 5th power still, right? So still keep it in parentheses to the 5th power, and all we did was change the form. Alright, and that's it. So it should be pretty quick, easy lesson today.